What's going on, guys? Welcome back with another video. In today's video, I am going to compare once and for all the crypto versus other real world assets. I'm talking real estate, gold, watches, stocks, so on and so forth. In the end of this video, we will see which one prevails above the other ones, and we are going to compare them based on 5 categories: security, energy consumption, transportations, liquidity, and price appreciation. Before we do and go into the details of this video, which is packed with charts, informations, and factual data, I want you to hit the like, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, whatever it is, so you make sure you will never ever miss any of my videos. And also follow me on Twitter at TCP Crypto, where you get all the updates on PulseX, PulseChain. And also, I actually opened a new Discord server for the community. I am going to build a community, a TCP community server. If you are interested to join us and you have direct access to me, you can go ahead and hit that link in the description below, and you are welcome. So without further ado, let's go. So here you see in front of you a graph that represents the median sale price for houses sold in the United States. Within a year, if you have bought a house that cost $360,000, right now is hovering at $400K. So you made $40K in a span of 1 year. And keep in mind, so from 2020 until the end of 2021, even the beginning of 2022, I would say, we have an anomaly that never had happened in the past 15 years in the real estate, which is an increase, like ginormous increase prices when it comes to real estate. So let's take 5 years, for example, and we go back all the way to 2016, fourth quarter, and you can see that if you have bought a house that cost $310,000, which is, again, the median house prices, right now you are sitting at a $401,000. That's pretty much a $408,000 from $310,000 to $408,000 in a span of 5 years. So you're talking about 30% increase in the actual prices. That's 1/3 of your actual price that you paid for the house back in 2016. From $310,000, that's the median price for houses, to $408,000. Let's call it $410,000 for the simplicity of the math. You can see with that's in 5 years in real estate. Let's take it 10 years. So in 10 years, we go all the way back to fourth quarter in 2011. So if you have bought a house that cost $221,000 back then, right now, the same house, $408,000, almost double the amount, right? So even if you've invested in a real estate and you kept it for 10 years, and by the way, I'm talking about a residential real estate here. I'm not talking about you invest in a condos or multifamily or commercial real estates where you have hundreds, if not thousands, of apartments and you collecting rent, because this is not what average Joe can achieve on a daily basis, right? That requires a lot of paperwork, a lot of capital to deploy. So what you're looking at right now is what average Joe can achieve. Anyone can achieve. If you have bought a house back in 2011, right now you are sitting almost at 100% increase. And right now you are seeing almost a 90% increase on your assets. Plus, you're going to keep this in mind that it depends on where you live. In places like California, Hawaii, they saw the biggest gains with a staggering number of city ending up with 200% plus increase over prices in 2000. So if you measure the prices all the way from 2000 to today's date, you will see a staggering increase in the percentage. So you need to keep this in mind. According to Visual Capitalist, when it comes to real estate, we are talking about years, not months, years. And if you want to see 90+% gains in the real estate arena, you have to hold that property 10 years plus, right? Now, let's move on. See, gold prices, since this is the oldest rare metal, expensive metal on earth, it has a chart that goes back 100 years, right? So gold, if you look at 100 years historical chart, which we are not going to compare it to because we are comparing against crypto, and we have only 10 years of solid movements and historical data to actually go and compare. So this is the 100 years of gold graph looks like, right? And we need to compare it with 5 years. So in 5 years, if you have bought a 1 ounce of gold, it will cost you roughly $1,500, right? Today's price, gold is hovering roughly around 1945. So within the 5 years, you only have gained, I don't know, $500 price appreciation on an ounce of gold. Let's go even further. Let's go 10 years. If you go 10 years, the picture is not that nice because it's at $1,773.75. So if you bought it back 10 years ago, you bought it when it was at $2,035. Right now, it will be in loss. Let's go 20 years. If we go 20 years back in gold, now you'll be talking about 200% gains or so in 20 years. Could you believe you hold a crypto project for 20 years and you were among the OGs? God knows how many percentage probably won't fit in your calculator. So this is gold. Let's go ahead and see what the watches are doing. So here are the watches. This is the watch market price indexes, right? And it keeps a track of all the brands, all the prices, all the percentages, increase, all the sold brands around the world. And you can see it clearly. It goes by brand and by the actual market average, and goes with the lows and highs for the past 52 weeks range, and also the percentage of their price fluctuation. Let's go by a brand, and I see if I hold one of these expensive watches, how much did I actually gain holding this watch? If you're holding a Patek Philippe, APs, Vacheron Constantin, Rolexes, take a look at the actual price gains here. That you got a nearly 50% price appreciation, right? With Patek and AP's almost 50% price appreciation. So on paper, what that looks like is that if you bought in the past 52 weeks, if you bought it at 32,000, now you can sell it for 55. That's the average index. And keep in mind, these watches are selling way higher than these numbers. But here's the thing. When it comes to watches, trend, right? So what is hot this year, it may not be hot 10 years later, right? We have some anomalies here and there, like Rolexes, specific ones, specific models. But in general, you don't see 500% increase. You don't see 1,000% increase. You don't see 2,000% increase when it comes to price appreciation. And many factors plays into this, from the model number, the condition, the country, the certification, the actual year that the watch is made. So there are so many stuff that goes into what makes this watch appreciate faster. So now we understand watches. Let's go ahead and see stocks. Let's search one of the biggest tech company on this planet. Let's start with Apple. If you have bought Apple and hold it for 5 years, let's see what price appreciation would you have gained today. So let's say you bought Apple 5 years ago, and we are going to go all the way from $35.76. So let's take this and go all the way to today's price. And there you go. If you have bought Apple 5 years ago, you would be looking at 378% increase. You see the difference? Now the percent increased with risk increases. So this is a thing that we need to understand. With high rewards comes high risks, right? So with real estate, you're more than lucky if you can get 90% appreciation in the duration of 10 years or even more. When you look at the stock like Apple, and by the way, Apple is considered one of the safest stock in the market. Simply, if you want to park your money and you have nothing to do, park it with it. Like, park it in Apple for the coming 5 years or 10 years. You're going to do better. You're going to do okay. And like, numbers don't lie. You can see it in front of you, right? Let's take Amazon. Let's look at the price appreciation. We go, again, all the way back 5 years, right? So we go 5 years back, and we take that price appreciation, and we take a look at that price appreciation, and it has 240% price increase. And Amazon, since 2020, you can tell all the way to today, it's actually doing zigzaggy thing. They're doing nothing, trading sideways, ups and down, and you can argue that we are actually reaching some critical point today. But even with that, going back only 5 years, you achieve 240% price increase. Let's go ahead with my favorite one, which is Tesla. 5 years when the share price was $61, and we go and measure it to today's price of $984. Take a look at the staggering percentage price appreciation and gains. It's unbelievable. It's literally like a crypto territory here. We are looking at 1,505% increase. Like what? And this is only for 5 years, right? So you see the picture. Now let's go to our territory. Now let's go to the big daddy. Now we move to crypto. Now let's take a look at Bitcoin. Again, same logic, same graph, same time period. We're going to go back 5 years from here. And we are looking at Bitcoin price when it was 3,645. You can tell it right here, 3,000, 3,600 or 3,000. Let's call it 3,400 for simplicity of the math. All the way to today's price, we are talking about 1,069% price increase. So believe you me, Tesla, according to this, actually beats Bitcoin when it comes to price appreciation. It's just not competing with Tesla. That's the fact, right? It's just the fact. Let's take a look at another one. Let's take a look at Ethereum. Let's take a look at Ethereum. Let's see how much did Ethereum make on 5 year span. ETH did. Are you ready? 7,926% price increase. Unbelievable gains. Could have entered ETH when it was $23. And today's ETH hovering at 3K. 3K. This is unheard of. So we went from real estate, where you're so lucky if you can get 70%, close to 90%. If you're so lucky, by the way, on price appreciation when it comes to real estate, to gold, where you have to hold more than 20 years in order to get that, 100 or 150% price increase, to watches, where you can get close or sometimes over not 100% price increase, but lots of factors play in. And again, you have to hold more than 5 years, more likely. Now to stocks, where you can get 1,500% price increase, you can get easily 250% price increase, to where we are right now with ETH, 7,926% price increase. It's just unheard of. It's just unheard of. So now let me take you to the actual notes. Crypto versus other world assets. We're going to give a perfect score of 10 on each category that we are going through, right? And the first category that we have is liquidity. And here I have to give crypto 10 out of 10, simply because crypto is probably the fastest human innovation when it comes to finance. You can send with no boundaries whatever amount of crypto, regardless of how big it is, you can send it in matter of seconds across the globe with absolutely no boundaries, no restrictions whatsoever. Real estate, it's not liquid. Crypto, I can turn it like that into a liquid. I can sell it immediately, seconds, right? Real estate, it's not liquid. You have to advertise it. You have to sit and wait days, weeks, sometimes months. Even if you're so lucky and you list your house, and by the way, this happened during the Rona, the actual asset type requires lots of paperwork, hence lots of bureaucracy, hence you have to wait a couple of days at the best case scenario to turn that asset into a liquid money. Now, gold and watches, I gave them 7 points out of 10, simply because gold holds its value. You can take that gold to any jewelry shop. You can exchange it with money right away. So it's liquid. It's like, has an international acceptancy, has an international price. You can, watches follows the same path. You can take it to any dealer, watch dealer. And if you hold a very refined watch, very expensive watch, it's not hard to actually Google the price of that watch and have the price tag on it right away. So I gave them 7 out of 10. With this stock, I gave them 9 out of 10 because it's like crypto. You can exchange it and turn it into a liquid money in your pocket. In some cases, almost immediately, right? Now, yes, you may sell it. They may wait a couple of days. You will be exchanging that stock amount into an actual dollar. When we say liquidity, we speak about cash, literally in this sense. You can do it out of the comfort of your office, home, through your cell phone nowadays, right? Second category is security. Can someone take this thing from you? So when we speak about security, crypto scores 9 out of 10. And here's why. Because with crypto, with anything that has to do with tech, you still have the possibility of actually losing it against attacks. So there's that 1% of risk when it comes to crypto, just like any other tech. But with real estate, it's almost bulletproof. It's so secure. As soon as you have that deed under your name, that's your property for the rest of your life, unless you are not paying taxes. It's yours. No one can come and take it from you unless you are sitting somewhere where the rule of law is not applied. With golden watches, you need to maintain the security and the safety of that asset wherever you go. So let's say you have 10 kilos of gold, right? And you're sitting somewhere and you want to move. You have to plan ahead and pay for that security. Just like watches, you have always to put them in the safe. If you have very exotic watches collection, most likely you are going to put them in the bank and pay insurance on them. So security, it's not up to the level of real estate. Real estate is the house, it sits on the ground, it's right there. It's publicly known, it's right there, it's yours. That's why I gave it 5 out of 10. Stocks acts the same as crypto. I give it 9 out of 10 because it's secure, it's just an exchange. Although you might argue it's not 100% yours, but regardless, we have so many regulations and rules when it comes to stock market. You are rest assured, even if something happened to that actual institution, you have an insurance, $250,000. And if you diversify your portfolio, you can actually assure the majority of your portfolio is insured, right? The third category, which is transportation. I gave crypto 10 out of 10, and here's why. You don't need to plan and pay for transportation when it comes to crypto. You can just simply travel, pack your bag, travel. Your crypto is always going to be hosted in your MetaMask or on the exchange, although this is not advisable. But crypto is not an actual physical thing that you have to care for and take with you. Hence, I need to plan, pay for transportation and security. I don't have to do that. I can just store all of my crypto on an actual cold wallet, like a ledger. I can use that and I can travel, just put it in my pocket. That's it. Or I can leave it sitting on my MetaMask. Who cares? I can travel the world without even the need to care for transportation. That's why I give it 10 out of 10. Real estate, 0 out of 10 when it comes to this category of transportation. Here's why: because you cannot move your real estate. As simple as that. House sits on the ground. You cannot take your house in the United States and ship it to Australia. You simply can't, right? I mean, unless you are a billionaire and you want to do something that has never been done before. Golden watches, I gave it 3 out of 10 because you need to actually care about the packaging of them, because you don't want them to be lost, you don't want them to be scratched or damaged, and you have to pay a hefty amount of insurance. So it's a bit hassle. The more you have of them, the more the hassle when it comes to transportation. So that's why I gave it 3 out of 9. Stocks, I gave it 10 out of 10. Just like crypto, you can travel the entire world. You're going to be having your portfolio well alive on the exchange. You can access it from the computer, from the mobile, from anywhere on the planet, as long as you have the credentials. That's it. So that's why I gave it 10 out of 10. Now, energy consumption. So now the category of energy, I give crypto 9 out of 10, and here's why. With crypto, we don't have all the chains are running on proof of stake, not proof of work. We still have Ethereum that runs on proof of work. We still have Bitcoin that runs on proof of work. That means they're gonna consume energy. Whenever I do transaction, there is some sort of energy on that chains that is going to require a waste of energy. That's why I give crypto 9 in this category, then a full mark. When it comes to real estate, I give it 0 out of 10, and here's why. If you own a real estate, you damn sure are going to pay for utility bills. You're going to pay for maintenance every year, and then you're going to pay for actual taxes on the property. So there are lots of things when it comes to energy consumption that you need to deploy on real estate. Golden watches, they follow the same category when it comes to energy consumption. The actual energy consumption, so the actual manufacturer, they are going to waste lots of energy in order to make the actual watch for you, especially if they are like, expensive, like Rolexes. Here's the thing. These craftsmanships, they're so delicate that they are going to sit months and months, if not years, in order to make this watch for you. Even when they make them, they need to ship them. And with shipment comes gas. With gas comes energy. They need to be delicately and beautifully presented. And these stores requires security and employees, sales employees. So all of this is actual energy to run the thing. Just like gold. Gold requires lots of energy to mine it from earth, to mold it, and to package it and sell it, right? So I give it 0 out of 10. Lots of energy is being consumed here. Now, finally, stocks. Stocks, just like crypto, I give it 9 out of 10 because when you buy stock on exchange, that exchange runs lots of multiple people behind the screens, security management, software engineers, in order to keep that exchange safe and functional. Now, up to this point, you can see that crypto and stock, they really go head to head. There's literally, but here comes the final category, which is price appreciation. Crypto is by far, listen to me, crypto is by far the best asset in this world. No one can even come near to crypto price appreciation. So crypto is dominating this category. I give it 10 out of 10 after I showed you kind of price appreciation and gains that you can make when it comes to crypto, whether it's Ethereum, Bitcoin, you name it, BNB, you name it. You can take any crypto from the top 20 or even the top 30. You go back from when they first launched. Hopefully they have a track record of 5 years, and you can tell that at least 90% of these projects, they have an amazing 1,000+% price increase. You can't even get it in any of these other assets. I gave real estate 2 out of 10 because we have seen what a percentage you're going to get. And I give gold 3 out of 10. Again, we have seen that, what kind of percentage that you're so lucky to get 100% price increase on a 5 years. Only 100% compared to 7,000% plus when it comes to Ethereum on the same time. Same time, 5 years here, 5 years here. ETH gets 7,000% plus price increase on your asset, on your capital, while watches give you 100%. Which one you take? No brainer, right? Stock, I gave them 5 out of 10 simply because from here and there, we may have an anomaly like Tesla where we can get over 1,000% price increase for 5 year span. But the majority of the stock exchange and the stock market, you are so lucky if you can get 500% price increase on 5 years. That's why the winner is crypto without a shadow of a doubt. Now, this actual calculation is going to be 8 with a whopping 48 points out of 50. So we have 5 categories. The perfect score should have been 50, right? So here is what we conclude from this video. Number 1, crypto is the fastest price appreciating asset in the world right now. Second thing, stocks are the second fastest assets to appreciate when it comes to price after crypto. Now, I want to make one thing very clear here. You have to be very careful when you do invest in crypto. It's not pinky and rainbow all the day. You need to be very careful. Otherwise, you're going to lose your shirt very, very quickly. And that's why I have a series of videos about the best projects out there probably in the coming 5 years. One of them is PulseX. Have made so many videos about that. If you want to make it big, if you want to get that 7,000%, 10,000% price increase in the coming 2 to 5 years, watch my video about PulseX and PulseChain right there below. And always remember, stay safe, stay hard. Don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next one.